Hey guys, just doing a quick intro. I'm setting this up for just my future videos and in the video that I'm gonna kind of lead into with this intro. So today I'm working on a 1999 Toyota Sienna van. The customer that contacted me, they actually contacted me through my wife on Craigslist. He had a massive power steering leak. It's been leaking nonstop, and it's on the high pressure side, so it's only when he's cranking, but it's leaking really bad. It's honestly one of the dirtiest cars I've ever worked on. The customer also, the prior mechanic who worked on it had a shop. I think that either there's a couple problems that I saw. He didn't replace the belt. It was a 4-rib belt. It's down to 3 now. I say this in the video, but the prior mechanic just kind of, I think, possibly did some subpar work. I don't know him. He's like 6 hours away. I told the customer to take it back to him because he should be doing the repair work for free, because it's leaking constantly through a gasket, through a crush washer, and then because the belt was on backwards, the belt's destroyed. Just a lot of things, and the whole undercarriage is dirty. Like I said, it's the dirtiest car I've ever worked on. This is what I'm going to be dealing with for the video that I'm going to be showing you up in a little bit. A little bit about myself. My name's James. That's my handle on YouTube. This is my very first video with audio, with my voice and with me in it. I'm very self-conscious about my voice and visual looks. I just don't like to be recorded. And if anybody who's watching this and knows me, they probably know that. So this is my very first video. My wife has pushed me a long time to record things. I'm always working on people's cars. I'm working on mine. I do side work for, kind of an enjoyment. It is frustrating and stressful and hard at times. I do have a full-time job. For those of you I'm not going to say, I don't want it associated with this channel. But I do have a full-time job, and I work 45 to 50 hours a week, just depending on what's going on. Even with the COVID-19 going on right now, I still have at least 45 hours a week that I put in on 5 days. Today's Sunday, and I worked until about 5:30. I started at 8 to 5:30, and then probably 3 hours, almost 4 hours on the motor on this car. So I do, this person, I assured him it would be done within a certain time frame, and it rained a little bit and I got wet, and that's fine. I'm dirty anyway. Water is no problem. Oil over me. I'd rather have water. I know, sorry, it's a long-winded intro, but just kind of giving you a little bit about myself. I do work on side projects to help pay for my personal other projects, my other passions. I have a car that I'm constantly modifying. I have a truck that I constantly modify that I did a video on with no audio. I didn't record it, but I did do the editing, and it is my truck, and it has been worked on by myself. It's never been in the shop. I've had it for 4 years, maybe 60,000 miles. So it's never been in the shop. All the customizations have been done by myself. All the repairs, maintenance, and all that stuff has been done by myself. And the same with my car, same with all my cars, really. I do have a future project that I plan on making some videos on. It's going to be a complete rebuild project. This is maintenance work, this is repair work, but it helps pay for my side passions. I don't like to take money from the money I earn at my career job. I don't like to take money from that and put it into my vehicles, because it's things that aren't necessary. You don't need wheels and tires. You don't need car audio. You don't need performance modifications. Well, I do, and so I pay for it by doing side jobs. And it's kind of, it's not a requirement, but it's my personal what I require of myself. I don't like to pull money from my bank to basically pay for stuff like that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the content. Please like, share, subscribe. Everybody says that. I don't know what it does for me. I'm not monetized. This is my first video. Maybe one day I will be. I don't plan on quitting my day job, I guess you could say, even though it's a night job sometimes too. But I do want to continue making content in the future. So maybe that will help me if I see a lot of people liking, sharing, subscribing, and a lot of subscribers. I'm going to be incentivized to do more projects, or maybe buy new projects, or maybe film more. There's a lot of stuff I've done that I haven't filmed, and that I've been constantly pushed by other people to film it. And after I do things, I look at it, I'm like, man, I should have recorded that. I should have filmed it. I should do it. Well, now I'm saying, instead of should, I'm doing. and that's what I want to do. So I want to make content. So anyways, please enjoy the video, and thank you. All right, YouTube world. Today we have a 1999 Toyota Sienna van. Not my vehicle, so I got the license plate covered up. It's probably one of the dirtiest vehicles I've ever worked on. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the oil leaking from the head gasket. Way down there, we got a power steering leak. The power steering bottle is just covered in power steering fluid, but now what we got going on is a high pressure leak. So I looked at it the other day, and looks like whoever did the power steering pump replacement used the old washers, and those copper washers are not a multi-use type of ordeal. You want to replace them after each one. So after each time you change out the water, the power steering pump, just like changing just like changing your oil. When you got that copper crush washer, it's meant to crush and create a seal. So I'm thinking that's what it is. It only leaks now when you're turning the wheels and it builds up pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and get this driver's side wheel, the passenger side wheel off, so we can get some more access, and then we'll take you guys down below. So just kind of getting set up here. Like I said, this is covered in oil. We'll go ahead and get down there in a second, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, there's just oil everywhere, so I gotta be careful with my equipment, and obviously wear gloves as much as possible. As much as I hate wearing gloves, it's gonna be kind of necessary in this situation because it's all over the bottom of the engine, over the bottom of the subframe. After the job, once it's done, I'll probably pressure wash as much as I can, get it all cleaned up. But yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, so it's kind of hard to see. It is raining here. I just got off a long 10-hour day from my normal job. So it is a little bit wet, but if you want it, you got to grind. You can see all this is power steering fluid. I mean, you can see where the metal's dry, and then you can see where it's dripping down, and it's just going to its lowest point, and then it's just getting everywhere. I actually wiped this off, the subframe off, the other day while I was down here a little bit. I mean, the axle's okay on this end. There's the power steering pump right there in the frame. As we come onto this side, the axle, sorry, I'm trying to get you guys a good view. The axle is completely ripped around on this boot. It's kind of hard to see, but that was what the customer also wanted. Once we get the fluid, the leak solved, then probably gonna want to replace this axle because it's just everywhere. So let me get into it a little bit more and try to set you up so you can get a good view, but it might be kind of hard. My tripod doesn't really like to lay down. I know it's kind of an obvious statement, but it doesn't. So we'll see what we can do and see if we get you in there.
Get the shield out of the way. Couple 12 mils, taking them right out. Now we can see a little bit better. There's a power steering pump. There's that boot that is just completely shredded from the power steering fluid dripping on it. Most of these fluids, especially brake fluid, is very toxic, and brake fluid will take your paint right off. You can see the fitting on that is brand new. The hose supposedly was replaced at the same time as the water pump. I'm thinking this pulley's actually bent, and it was pretty well messed up. The belt was actually on the grooves on one side and not on the grooves on the main pulley right here. So it was actually crossed over. Really odd. I've never seen that. I'm not sure if it did that on its own or what, but we got a new belt. We got a new 4-rib belt, and possibly got to order a new pulley. The local parts stores don't have it, and due to the coronavirus, there's no pick and pulls or anything like that open that I don't think of. So it might be kind of limited on what we can get. Might have to wait and do that pulley another time, but it is wobbling pretty bad. I don't want it to blow out the bearings on the new pulley, so I'm going to advise the customer to get that swapped out when we can, whether it's me or somebody else. Set you guys back down and try to stay out of your way. Try to make sure we still got some good shots in here. Not gonna be able to use that impact gun to get in here. Goes a little bit faster that way, but wrenching's wrenching, no matter how you do it, I guess. Apparently I grabbed an 11 mil, and I know better. Everything on these cars nowadays is all metric, and for anybody watching not in the US, we're used to standard, but I know better, and I know it's 12 for most of these bolts, and apparently I just didn't I grabbed an 11 instead. Most of the time these cars you could take completely apart with just a couple metrics. Your 12 is one of your most common, 10 for your batteries, for any battery connections. You know, you start getting into odd numbers when you start doing oil changes or big bolts. You know, you start getting into your 15 mil and your 17 mil and whatnot, but most of it could be done with just a couple metric sockets. Now it's leaking real good over here. Getting water all over me. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but this other bolt, I got to get under there pretty deep, and you got to feel for it. You can't really see it. It's all by feel at that point, which for anybody working on cars kind of knows that's the name of the game. You got to feel your bolts because you can't see them all the time. And this one's pretty well up in there. I think there's 3 bolts, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's just 2, and then the adjuster. So let's see if we can reach this other one. And it being so covered in grease, it's real hard to get to everything because you're trying to feel, and you know, the oil's just making your gloves slip all over the place. I mean, you can't get a good feel on what you're doing because your wrench is slipping around. You're trying to get it on the end of the nut, but you gotta do what you can, I guess. Oh man. I'm just sliding all over the place. Well, let me get that hose clamped off, and then maybe move that hose and give me some more to work with. Anybody that doesn't know, this is just a hose vice grip, basically. Will save your fluid. The gentleman's been adding fluid constantly, so it's fresh fluid. It definitely doesn't need to change out. It's real fresh. It just isn't staying in place. This hose clamp doesn't even want to stay in place because of it. It's just sliding right off. So I'm gonna try to save some fluid. It's not that big of a deal if we gotta replace it, you know, $5-10. And but we'll try to save the mess. It does not want to stay. I guess it just wants me to be messy today. It's just sliding off. Yeah, I guess it wants me to get messy today, so I'm gonna get my drip pan and take her off. All right. All right, so anybody doing this, make sure you capture that fluid. I mean, it's real bad for the environment. I live in California where you can recycle it at most automobile parts stores. You know, I know some states are more lenient on stuff like that, but capture it, dump it somewhere safe. Don't let it just go down the drain. It goes into the waterways, and you just drink it later if you just put it down the drain. All right, so I got the cap on the top. Hopefully it'll slow the imminent downpour I got coming, so it doesn't literally go everywhere. I'd rather it not be all over me. Make a long day worse, if you know what I mean. Let's see if we can't get it without making a huge mess. All right, not too bad. I don't know if you can see it, but that oil is crystal clear, real good quality. Brand new stuff. I just undid that top lid so it'll drain out, and drain out at a faster rate anyway. So that way it doesn't have back pressure on it. Stop it from draining. All right. Once I get that hose out of the way, it should be a lot easier to get in there and get the wrench going. Let me see if I can plug that hole and then pull that hose up. Get that hose out of the way. All right, let's see if that'll hold while I pull it up out of the way. All right, got that hose out of the way now. Like I said, the customer prior, said when he dropped it off or when we talked that somebody had changed that hose out before saying that was a leak. But that hose is telling me different stories. It looks like a hose that's been there for quite a while. This thing has 300,000 miles on it. And it shows it pretty well. The customer's gonna use it for a work van, so he doesn't really care much. Which is good because it wouldn't be good for much else, to be honest. Oh, let's see. The wheel well's right in there, and it just makes it so hard to get in there. Oh. Now let me try another plan of attack and not even remove it all the way, since it's just a high pressure connection. There's a sensor on it up here. Let's see if I can get my grease oily gloves on it. Come on. I cannot feel anything. Ugh. That's why most of the time I don't wear gloves. I got them, but I don't like to wear them. Oh, it's just slide. It's a little pinch connector. Sorry, I know my head's probably blocking every dang view I put it. Yeah, I'm gonna take this glove off and see what I can do. Sometimes you just gotta get your hands dirty. And that's all right. Oh. Oh. It does not want to come off. And I know I'm grabbing it right. I can feel the pinch connector coming, but it just isn't backing off. There it goes, got it. Just had to squeeze the shit out of it. All right, so now maybe I get a socket in there. Now I got that low pressure hose out of the way, got the sensor out of the way. Let me get a glove on and save my hands as much as possible. Kind of futile at this point, but at the same time, less to scrub off when I do clean up. All right. Now, it's supposed to be a 19 deep because there's an electrical connection on this. I think most of it is actually pretty much the same. Should be a 19 deep for that sensor. I hope I get a wrench in there. I'm about to get a 19 mil open-ended wrench rather than a socket, because I can't get a wrench in there. I can't get that ratchet in there. Got a couple wrenches here, a couple box wrenches. Let's see what we can do to get in there. Whenever you work on cars, you have a lot of tools in your arsenal. All right, there's my 19. And find a good spot for this dang light. There we go, it's a little better. Better spot for the light, better spot for the wrench. There's there's an end link right here in the way too, and it's just making it impossible. I'll tell you what. And the firewall and everything, I just can't get a good wrench in there. I'm gonna try this other wrench. I really don't want to strip that sensor, so I'm trying to be real careful. Get in there, do it the right way. Not a lot of room. It's a big old V6 in this little van. Ooh, almost got me in the face. That's always another joy of being a mechanic, is that sometimes that wrench slips and it'll catch you right in the face. You don't want that. You know, I think I'm just gonna take this pulley off, which I don't mind. It needs to come off anyway. It could get out of my way for all I care. Take that pulley off. Let me get the appropriate size wrench. Oh. All right. All right, it's going to be a 17. Put the extension on it. I'm going to need a longer extension. All right, I'm back, and I got a whole bunch of towels. I mean, it's bad. The person also said that the prior mechanic was real dirty. He got dirty handprints all over his vehicle. Like I said, this thing's a 1999, and she's got plenty of things not going for her, including the looks. And it was kind of funny when he was saying that you got oily ends everywhere. It's like, well, there's oil literally everywhere. I don't know how to say it any nicer than that, really. All right. All right. Let's see if we can't get this pulley off. I'm thinking that's a secret that I wasn't doing. To get to that top bolt, you gotta take that pulley off, which means you gotta crank it a little bit, spill some more, and then get your wrench in here. I think there's some chip marks on this pulley you can't see, and I think that's why they got chip marks. The guy didn't use a wrench, or I don't know, maybe use something else, and sometimes, you know, you don't have the right tool for the job, so who knows what he used. But I think he used probably a chain on it. A chain to hold the pulley while he went to town on it. Hopefully my idea here of using this flathead will work. Let's see. I wish I could get impact in and the pulley can move all at once for all I care. But that's not the case. All right, I think I got it set up pretty well. Ah. 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 Slippery. I'll tell you what. Ah. Ah. No, I'm thinking it's a reverse thread here. Let's try to go the opposite way. Use a screwdriver you don't really care about. This is just a cheap tool from your local cheap tool supply place. I'm sure everybody knows. It's watching this. They know where that's from. Come on. Now I see why he probably jacked with that pulley. He couldn't get it. And I'm trying both ways. It could be a reverse thread. Let's try something that's not going to bend. Come on now. Everything's so greasy. Making me look like an amateur in here. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it's just covered in grease. Come on. Oh, that's tightening, I could tell. So it is reverse thread. Finally got to move at least. All right, so let's put it on this way. I should have known it's reverse thread. A lot of this stuff is reverse thread, especially if it's spinning real fast and spinning clockwise. And for those, most of you probably watch this probably know, but in case you don't, it's to so the bolt doesn't back out. If it's spinning clockwise, then it could cause the bolt to back out. So make it reverse thread, put it in backwards, basically lefty, righty loosey, lefty tighty, and then it solves that problem. All right, now let's see if we can get in there. There we go. Nope. There it goes. Hopefully I don't bend my socket now. All right, let's get that pulley out, then we'll get a socket. Hopefully you're still recording. I wish I had time to take a look, but I mean, I'm just covered in grease, guys. Completely covered in grease. All right. Now let's see what's going to take this pulley out. Hope it doesn't need a special tool because I do not have a pulley. It's Sunday and the coronavirus, so nothing's probably open, basically is what I'm saying. I think it's going to need a pulley. I'm gonna use a pull in. Really not gonna be enthused because that means I gotta finish it another day. All right, I think I got it pulled down enough actually where I can get to it now. Yeah, maybe I can get in there now with the right tools. Oh, okay. Trying to get it on there. Again, having trouble feeling and getting the right tools in there. Oh, I can't even get a click on my ratchet, to be honest. Oh, it's on there. I don't have any special tools with, you know, real short ratchets in between. It's just your box store, everybody's favorite box store tools. They got lifetime warranties. I've broken a ratchet before on my knuckle and that felt great. Lifetime warranty doesn't mean they do anything about that, but you go in, they gift you another one. I think I might have to get this pulley off somehow. Let's try to get a hammer in there. Just make sure it's still recording. So, got a ratcheting wrench, 12 mil, and a 1/4 inch ratchet with a 12 mil and a little 2-inch extension. Might need it, might not. Kind of, you know, I don't have a lift, so it's kind of hard getting up and down, up and down. Time consuming. We're gonna try to get it. Now we got it locked the other way. I think I might be able to get to that top bolt now. Let's see here. Well, that one ain't gonna fit. The other supply hose, the high pressure hose, is right in the way. Let's get this set up right. Oh. Let's see, let me try it without the little extension. We'll try it with one if we got to. I think this might be the ticket because I had trouble getting in there because I had too big a wrench. Not enough ratcheting. I had it on there, but not enough ratcheting area. All right. I think this was it. No. All right, that got it. So if you're doing this on this car, first of all, think twice. Second of all, maybe pressure wash it first. You know, I'm doing it for somebody, so I don't want to pressure wash it twice, but I'll take it after and then get it cleaned up for them. But maybe if you're doing this, maybe think about pressure washing it first and then working on it, because it is making life hard. If it wasn't for a couple of the issues, I'd probably have this whole thing out by now, to be honest. And all this because we didn't replace a $10 washer from the dealer. I think I'll be able to get to one of the part stores in time. They don't have them in stock, but as long as they have a crush washer, a copper crush washer, the right size, it doesn't have to be the special OEM one. I know what it looks like. I'm not sure why it's connected. I'll show it to everybody in a minute. Get this bolt out. She put up a little bit of a fight, but that's all right. All right. She's still not able to hand loosen, but I got plenty of room to ratchet. Slipping off the nut, or the bolt, sorry. Oh man, I'm gonna have to hold it down. All right, there we go. Almost run out of room with this little ratchet. I guess the plus side is everything's greasy, so my gloves just slide right on this. The back of my hand just slides right on the subframe part right here. I guess I'll just go until I can't hear it ratchet anymore. Even if I get my hands on the bolt, it's just so covered. It's covered from sling. It's from slinging it up. That's why it's all over. People probably wondering, well, it just drops down. Well, yeah, until it goes on your axle, and then your axle flings it up, and then the boot brakes on your axle, so then that flings it up even more. I mean, pretty soon, it started as a little leak. Now it's a big old pain, and you got oil everywhere. All right, so now it's not ratcheting, so let me see. Get my hand on it. All right, and we got it. All right. All right, so good news is I don't have to take this pulley off. Maybe that's how they do it. They get the pump on the ground, and then they turn around and use a pulley puller. Again, I don't have one of those, but I don't plan on replacing the pulley at this time. If the gentleman's worried about it, it might be worth a little. The bearings, they're okay for now. It doesn't mean they're gonna be okay forever, but who knows? If he wants to do it, then we can do it. Obviously, it's gonna be more in labor and whatnot, but if he wants it bad enough. All right, so now we got it down. Now I can kind of lay it on this torn up boot axle and get a wrench in there. Maybe rotate it a little bit. Basically, I got more room to play. More room to play. All right, let's get this socket off. Let's get that 19. All right. All right, there's that sensor. Oh, great, the whole thing's loosening off. So that's exactly what I thought. I tried to loosen the sensor and basically everything's coming off. So, of course, I don't have it's a 24. The sensor's 19, the rest of it's a 24. So that's all right, I'll just undo the sensor. I'll take everything with me. That crush washer looks like I thought, like it's been reused. It's pretty loose. Oh yeah, I get my hand in there now. And you're gonna lose some more fluid all over your shirt, It's still in there pretty good. get it out, take it to the parts store, get a couple crush washers, get the right tools for that job. All right, and I think it's off. No, it's not yet, almost. All right, so now I got the whole pump out. I don't need to take it out, but might as well. I could set it in my pan. All right. And there it is. Let's get this crush washer. Let's see what it looks like. Well, it doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of debris on it. Whatnot. Let it focus for a second. So it's a specialty crush washer. It goes like that on your high pressure side. You can see it's a little twisted up, but I don't know why it's connected, but it just connects around the banjo bolt, I guess. So you're not dumb and only do one. So they just put two, but really it doesn't matter. We'll just get some two separate crush washers from the nearest auto parts store. Get this electrical connection cleaned up. Take this off. Maybe just leave it on actually and just put it through, because otherwise that'll cause another leak area. I'll check it for tightness and then get it all put back together, try it out, and make sure she's done leaking. Make sure she's done leaking and get it wrapped up. All right, guys, back at it. Just came back from the parts store. Got, sorry, still kind of learning what I'm doing here, but got two just plain copper crush washers. So I'm gonna go and use those. I think the other one was aluminum or some other soft metal. So gonna go and go with these, whether it's aluminum or copper. What it does is it's a soft metal, so as you tighten down, it crushes and creates a seal. A lot of cars use these on various parts, most notably oil drain bolts. So if you do have this on your oil drain bolt, please replace it. Do not try to use it again. Usually you'll get some slow leaks and it's kind of a pain, and it'll make your driveway pretty messy. So anyways, that's what we're gonna throw in now, and we're gonna get back to it.